Look at that. It's a Sprite. It's a Coke. Zero. No, Sprite. Zero sugars. Ginger. My wife got tired of them. She was drinking for a while, but now she don't want them, so I drink them. Plus, caffeine free, so it won't keep me up. I think it's caffeine free, right? Sprites are usually caffeine free. Oh. No, no caffeine. Good. Not really a fan of Sprite. I love the cranberry. Is it cranberry? The one in the Christmas time. I like that one. So right now I am reading Sup Nerds. I'm reading the Lays of Speaking of Nerds. I'm reading Lays of Valerian from the History of Middle Earth, Part 3, I guess. That's the third book. And I am 56 pages in because I started it today and just haven't had time to read it all. Pretty interesting. He took all the stories from the Silmarillion and put them into prose, just in case he needed them for Lord of the Rings. Some of the prose or poems that the elves say, he already wrote down. And so this is a book of all the poems or prose or songs that the elves would sing about elder days. He took everything from the Silmarillion and put it in a song, even though some of these songs don't rhyme, just they're just in poems or whatever. And if I remember right, there is something about C.S. Lewis in here that I remember finding interesting, but I can't remember if it's in this book or another one. I want to say it's in this one, but so yeah, I'm back on the History of Middle Earth now. So that's what's up, Hamburger. Hey, Jamie. Jamie had a nice, cool review the other day. Vince had a really cool one. That Pharaoh game. I just talked to someone about that just not too long ago, and yeah, that was a pretty good one. Oh, this is board game time here. There's Austin, man. What is up? Oh man, Austin. For people who don't know, I've actually gone back when I was traveling to Phoenix and everything. A man. We'd hang out and do stuff, and I miss those days. In fact, he got the all-in package for Batman, Gotham City Chronicles, or something. I think it's just Batman, the big Batman game about the Goliath or Monolith, and it's fan-friggin-tastic. Fan-friggin-tastic. Absolutely love it. I love the look of it, but want to play it because it does look a little fiddly. But I know Austin got it. I know you had a big smile. In fact, I think the last time I was there, you had told me you'd gone all in and you were going bankrupt too. But I miss going out there. And the next time, Austin, there could be a chance. Next year. I'm coming out. But that's personal time. That's not work time. So, oh man. Painting minis too. That's one thing I cannot do. That one at all. Can't paint minis. Yeah, no, I always have fun at Austin's and Justin, and I think I text y'all pictures. Yeah, I did, of my birthday board game week. And that was the only game we got to play. There were 2 other games I really wanted to have a big group of people playing. And we figured out a way to get 8 people to play Twilight Imperium next time we play. It's just that I've got a ton of games I've got to get done. I mean, I got to play for my collection. And before I start doing my reviews, I think I am going to do vintage. I said I wasn't going to do it because I didn't have that many vintage games. But I bought a ton of vintage games. And plus I have a few people who want to do the top 100 with me. So that makes a difference there. And I think that starts mid-August, if I remember right. That's when I do my vintage. And I've still got like 15 or 14 vintage games I've got to play before then. That's got to happen. And then I'm like on 107, 108 regular board games to play. Can I do it? No, that list would start in October because I'm going to do all like 240, whatever I have. So that list that's gonna be big. That's a lot of games to play if you think in just the next couple of months. I'm hoping to have the time, but hoping to have more time to do it. That is usually the only game you'll have time. But yeah. When you're right, that's like, well, for us it's a little bit quicker because it takes about 4 or 6 hours or whatever. but it is a epic game and still one of my favorite games. Absolutely love it. Vintage does rule though, Jamie. The missus will only play Vintage with me, which has been nice because I've always had someone to play Vintage with me. My little nephews, they'll still play Vintage, a little bit, but they don't. I think they're growing out of it. A lot of them are. Even the youngest one is like playing the big games with us now. So I'm like, oh no. But my wife really loves the Vintage games. So we've been shooting through those. I'm getting in the top. Let me see. I'm doing it back. Yeah. So I'm getting to the good ones left, just in case she gets tired. Then my nephews would definitely play the games I have. But speed run on Twilight. It takes about, for us, it takes about an hour a player. Is that the average? Maybe it takes 45 minutes. I can't remember what the game took. 11-2. We took an hour break for lunch. We started around 10. We got done around 4. So let's say that 12, 1, 2, 3, 4 with 6 players. So something like that. 6 players played in 5 hours. That's not bad. Usually it's an hour per player. And we can do it a little bit differently. Rob D is almost done with Dawn of the Jedi. 50 pages left. I'm interested to hear what you're thinking. The missus is doing great, and younglings, yeah, the younglings are doing fine. They're 13 months old now, Austin. It's incredible. Official Raid Blitz, not at the moment. And by the way, you didn't miss. It wasn't a live stream we did. It was just a more civilized age. I usually don't do a live stream for my civilized age, even though. Everyone, now that I made a joke about it, I called Brian Borg. He's on board. So that's the next civilized age. It's going to be Brian and Ryan. And if I can think about it, there's one other big defender for iJedi, and I'm going to invite him on. It's going to be 3-on-1. That way it'll be fair. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun one. But I was pleasantly pleased, as was Brian, to hear that people cannot wait for me to get it. For trashing iJedi. And I did tell Brian, I said, you need to come on and defend it one day with me. But a more civilized age is a great way to do that. So I'm looking forward to that. Come to North Carolina, we can play some vintage games. Snoopy Man, yeah. I wish I could. Billy Fighter, you hate iJedi. When I did the review, there's a lot of people who told me that they agreed with me. I was shocked because iJedi is either number 1 or in the top, 10 Star Wars books ever for people. And I know Brian he knew I didn't like it. I wouldn't say anything. He kept, you don't like iJedi? I know you don't. I said, you have to find out for the review. You have to wait. I didn't want to tell anyone that it's my number 1 most hated. And for all the reasons I gave in the review. And it is not everyone's, but a lot of people's number 1 favorite. I think it's Ryan's favorite, Ryan Kendall's favorite. I know it's Brian's favorite. And I just don't. I'm checking for one other guy. I haven't texted him, but I think he said it was his favorite, but I think it's in his top 5. If it's in his top 5, I'll let him come on. If it's not, he just thought it was a good book, or if he thought it was bad, I don't know. But Ryan and Brian versus me is pretty good, but I think I know one more big fan that I want to have on for iJedi. Snoopy, have you got any new games lately, though? I got a few from her birthday. I'm going to play them out tomorrow. I didn't, well, they came in late. I do have because I have no board games to review in July. I have nothing to review. Well, now I do. I got 2 more games. So I got 1 to review end of June and 1 to review 1st of July. And I have nothing. I think I got 2 more games coming in. None of my orders will ever come in. Everything's frozen right now. All orders are frozen. And none of my Kickstarters. There may be 1 Kickstarter that comes late July, I was told. But that is an epic game, and there's no way I'll get it to the board in time to play. So, I don't know. Still holding on. Wait. It took 3 weeks to get from Poland to get here. No way! Jamie, did you get Koljica? Are you being serious? You got Koljica. Shut up. From Poland. You have to get it from Poland, right? Oh, did you do it because I said that? Or did you just like the game too? A game where there's a game called Koljica where you were just standing in line. What? I was like, why? And then I was like, no, I want to play that game. It looks really good, especially with all the COVID shortages and stuff. Because basically it's historically based, which is why I really like it, Jamie, because I'm a history guy. About Poland in the 1980s, where stuff was just very rare and people would wait in line for hours to see if they could get one thing in. I mean, it's a sad situation, but I hear the last half of the instruction manual is a history book, and I cannot wait. I want to get that one, but see, I got to be a completist. So I want everything, and I may have that one coming in too, Jamie. But I'll review that one next month. But yeah, it's going to take the end of June for it to come in. It takes how long did it take for you to come in? That's what I want to know. How long did it take? That is awesome, though. You've got to tell me about that game. I would, if you review, you're going to review it before me probably, but I'll be watching that one. What's my solution to reconcile Filoni's Clone Wars and Legends? Because the timeline according to, Ray Blitz, I don't have to because Star Wars Force and Destiny from Fantasy Flight Games already retconned it with one short little blurb. There's a guy questioning, Clone Wars was it's a war on Camino. It's like a newsreel, and one guy was commenting on in the book, in the Force and Destiny book. A guy is a RPG guy. There's a little blurb where a guy is wondering why the Clone Wars newsreels are showing Comp North propaganda. He said some of these details are off from what really happened. I don't know why they're doing this. And I checked, and I think Dylan was with me or Jeremy was with me from Stupid Chainsaw Productions when I went to Gen Con that year, and I said, hey, and I pointed it out. I said, is this a Clone Wars retcon? He wouldn't say yes or no. But he said, that's a good interpretation. Yeah, I said, who did this? I said, yes. He said, I'm just saying that's a good interpretation. Like they didn't have authority to change, retcon the Clone Wars, but he was saying you could interpret it as that. You could, just sly and everything. I was like, but come on, man. He's like, hey, you can interpret it as that if that's what you want. And I was like, who wrote this? Who wrote this? Who wrote this? He said, we have different writers write it. So he said, don't really know that, man. I said, yeah, you do. Who wrote this? They're here. He smiled. I said, who is it? I tried. I can't remember again if it was Dylan or Jeremy. I want to say it was Jeremy. And cause I think Dylan was playing games back then. But I mean, so it's an actual retcon. Really cool. Rob D says going on and did not like under with 000. Yes. Force Heretic 2 and 3. Agent Chaos 2. Dark Journey. Oh, really? I don't know. I kind of disagree with some of these. And Luke Sauer stars of mind. Austin, what Kickstarter's coming in? Because the next Kickstarter for me is going to be that Project Elite. I got all in on that one. I mean, I just like I did in Austin. I pulled in Austin. I just went all in. And that was like a long time ago. And then like a CMON game, it was a delay like 6 months, like all their games are, I hear. But I think that's the next one coming out because Dice Hospital, I got the expansion for that one because it looks really cool. And that one was supposed to be July, but I hear that got delayed. Everything got delayed. And that's just what disappoints me. But when Project Elite comes in, I'm going to feel like you, Austin, with those big boxes coming in. What would be the best EU book to read movies 4 and 6? Well, I mean, everyone's going to tell you. Hold on. It's over here. Labyrinth of Evil. Wait, 4 through 6. Sorry. Oh, Kenobi. Just saw Kenobi there. Kenobi. I want to make sure. Yeah, I'd say Kenobi without a doubt. I don't think there's a. I mean, Death Troopers? Did Death Troopers come out before? Yes, it did. Death Troopers came out. Death Troopers is good too, but Kenobi is probably better. Shadow Games was really good too. Don't see anything. I mean, you got the AC Crispin Han Solo trilogy. You got the Brian Daley. Ooh, you got the Brian Daley Han Solo trilogy. It's Brian Daley's Han Solo trilogy. Now that I think about it, it's got to be Brian Daley's Han Solo. There's a lot of good stuff between 4 and 5. I mean, 4 and 6. Is that what you mean? Hold on, 4 and 6. Oh, between 4. Bleh. I thought you meant between 3 and 4. I wasn't reading that one. Idiot. Hold on just a moment. Where is it? 4 4 and 6. Okay, Snoopy, hold on. What? Is it? It can't be. Honor Among Thieves was pretty good. Man, that's a good question. Maybe Honor Among Thieves. Maybe. That was the last EU book to come out, I think, before they switched over. So maybe that one. That took a long time to answer, didn't it? All right. Hey, you got your stimulus. Awesome. Games Workshop game. Ooh, what was the name? I know Jamie got it. Can you believe that? And then he just says, "I'm not going to tell you how long it took to come in." I cannot believe you got that. Hello, Evan. Shadows of the Imp Minor was different. Had to give the author credit for that. I need to reread it, Yak Face, because I thought it was decent, but then everyone was like, "Ugh," and I was like, "Oh, really? I thought it was pretty good." It made that big step connection to start. That was the beginning. That may have been the first. Every novel like lightly mentioned Marvel, but this one went all in mentioning the Marvel comic book. And I love connections, but maybe I need to go back and look at it again. Evil Dead Kickstarter. You got that one in. I wanted to get it, but it didn't look like a good game. I love Evil Dead. I love Evil Dead. I want a good game for Evil Dead. That didn't seem to be the game. But dude, Bernardo, you've got like 1.5 billion games I want to see. I want to see you need to do 40 reviews a day, start bringing out those games. Really want to see it. A lot of later EU novels reference TCW. How would you fix it? Again, whatever is in the TV show is in error. So that's how you fix everything. The books stay in continuity with ever they mentioned Clone Wars. And I don't know of a single novel. No, I don't know of a single novel. I know comic books cross-reference with Filoni's Clone Wars. The only novel I know that actually mentions an episode is Fate of the Jedi, for obvious reasons. And that's not even in contradiction there. Oh, anything you should know before reading the Silmarillion. Okay, Hamburger, if you're a big fan of Tolkien, read the Silmarillion. It's interesting. However, it's talking about the first age and the second age and kind of reads like a history book. It doesn't read like a story. I mean, sometimes the stories are there, but and he said to so-and-so, "You go this way, I'll go that way." And so Thorin ran to the river. He went to the... He approached the dragon. The dragon... You're like, okay. I mean, it's interesting, but not as good as Lord of the Rings, not as good as The Hobbit. Okay? That's where you just lower the expectations. But I would say the Silmarillion is good. It's an interesting read. You read the first and second age. Second age is way more interesting than the first age. First age kind of boring, but that's how the elves got created, how the dwarves got created, how the orcs got created. It's kind of weird. It's kind of more mythical, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that one. I enjoyed Unfinished Tales a lot too. History of Middle Earth is like, it's even worse. It's like reading a dictionary. It's like reading a web. I mean, there's interesting facts in dictionaries, right? I don't know if anyone remembers this, back in the day when your parents had that big dictionary, you'd go through there and read certain things. Some things were boring, some things were interesting. Encyclopedias, excuse me, not dictionaries. Encyclopedias, the collection of encyclopedias. That's what reading through Middle Earth, the History of Middle Earth series, the 12-book series, it's like reading through someone's encyclopedia. You're like, your eyes glaze over a little bit, like Leza Balerian, like everything in prose. I'm impressed, but I'm not entertained. I'm impressed, but not entertained. But you take it and love it. You got to be a dedicated fan of the history. I would, out of all the books I just mentioned, The History of Middle Earth, Unfinished Tales, and Silmarillion, outside of Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, Silmarillion would be the first one. If you liked it, go with Unfinished Tales, because that's on par, I would say. Unfinished Tales even shows some Third Age stuff, some, around Middle Earth. It talks about some things you didn't know about Gandalf and stuff. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. So Unfinished Tales is pretty good too. After that, you're stretching it. Yeah, I mean, you got to be a real big Tolkien nerd to go with History of Middle Earth. But read Silmarillion. Let me know what you think. It's not going to be as good as the other one. Remember, lower those expectations. But you may love it. If so, try Unfinished Tales. If you love it, pause for a minute and come back to me, because History of Middle Earth is reading an encyclopedia. I've heard Disney Canon is a mess. Oh, Austin, I didn't know you've read the Silmarillion. Oh, nice. Pines in a candle. Enjoy a nice red wine. That's nice. I like the Silmarillion. Let me just tell you that. I like it. I love the lore of the first and second age. I love the second age better because I think there are more stories there. Unfinished Tales kind of plots all that out. And even read some of the notes by Christopher Tolkien are very interesting about his father. But like I said, the History of Middle Earth, that's reading through the encyclopedia. That's a little, I'm a little bored with History of Middle Earth at times. I'm not bored on Silmarillion. I'm not bored on Unfinished Tales. Good recommendation, Casey. The essential chronology in 2000, it was mentioned that the Empire had erased historical records of the files relating to the Clone Wars. That makes sense. It makes sense, because how come we don't know that much about it? I think that was put in. I don't know, Evan, but I think that was put in to give us a reason why we don't know that much about the Clone Wars, because that's before the Clone Wars came out. So maybe that's what it could be. But I'm not as I do have the essential chronology, and I'm sure you're right. I'm guessing that's what it could be. Oh, Austin, I pulled the trigger. I went all out. The only thing I didn't get was the deluxe dice. That's it. I almost went ahead and said, I got everything else. I was like, no, dice are dice, man. I don't need deluxe dice. But I got everything else. I mean, everything else with that game. It was awesome. Whoa, I'm so far behind. So far behind. Hello, Michael. Thanks for popping in. May 14th, and it arrived today. I ordered mine. When did I order that? Bernardo, I was talking to you when I ordered it. Whatever our discussion was when we talked about it, and the next day I told you I got it, when was that? When was that? like Bernardo's going to remember every time we talked. I want to say it was end of May. I don't remember, though. When we were talking about Kojika. And I told you I don't want to do it unless I get all three of them. And I found a guy with had Ombak or whatever that's not the name of it now. I think that's the name of a movie. But I found the guy who had both, but did he have that promo pack? And he did. And I was debating whether I should get it. And yeah, you remember that conversation? When was that? Do you remember? I heard the Mega Man board game was not very good, and I hate that. It should have been good. That's the thing about Kickstarters. They can look real flashy and not be good. Oh, Sea Rocks. Okay, so it was good. It was good. It was a good RPG. That's awesome. In fact, the Dungeon Master friend I told you about who did the RPGs for West End Games is coming back. He's moving back into town. So, I mean, I just don't have the time to dedicate to an RPG, but there may be another. We have enough for an RPG group. Now that I think about it, we have enough. I don't know. I got a lot of board games I want to play, but I do want to play an RPG. How have I been? Forklifter Matt, been pretty good, dude. Awesome. We're in phase 2 now in Louisiana and hoping to be in phase 3 by June 26th. And hoping everything's cool for phase 3. Because I want out of my house. I want back to my office. Been working from home. No, that's good. But Evil Dead looked like it followed the game. All right. Hello, Vinny. Evil Dead is really good. Tolkien thought the Silmarillion was better than Lord of the Rings. I mean, Tolkien was dead by the time it came out. He put a lot of time and work into it, and I think it was going to come out, but when he passed away, Christopher Tolkien went ahead and just published it, and it made a lot. I mean, it sold like hotcakes, and then he said, well, I'll do Unfinished Tales, and Unfinished Tales sold like hotcakes. He went, let's make more money, and then he made History of Middle-earth, which really isn't as good as the first two books I just mentioned. But and here I am reading through them again. Wild Space. Well, Wild Space was based off of the Clone Wars TV show. So, okay, I guess so. So, young adult novel. Yeah. And there was another one they did, right? Wild Space and another one. I can't remember what the other one was called now. Austin, have you agreed that Second Age is better? Austin, have you read The History of Middle-earth, and have you read Unfinished Tales? Oh, the Cessus Deception? Okay. Right on. I don't remember the Cessus Deception tying into it, but I'm not disagreeing with that either. Chris, let me ask you something. Do you like iJedi? How much the net worth of Twin Sons Foundation is? Zero. They're a charity organization. I don't think they make money, but they're good people. Fall of Gondolin and Unfinished Tales. It's a good one. Oh, doggone it. Where was I? Okay, here we go. Is there a Disney canon top 5? I don't read the Disney canon, so no, sadly. Don't buy without deluxe dice. You got it too? Did you get the deluxe dice? Did you go all in, Bernardo? Evan, you're streaming right now? I didn't know. Sorry. I saw that Mary was streaming. But I was like, I try not to stream when other people stream. I know Jeremy got upset because I didn't even check. I just went on. Jeremy's like, oh, Matt's doing the podcast. Oh, Matt's doing a live stream. And then they ended theirs early to come on mine. I was like, dude, I'm sorry. I didn't know. 25th, I told you that. So I ordered the 26th. So I've got, according to you, 11 more days. So the 17th, it should come in. What's the 17th? So Wednesday. I hope that's when it comes in. Thank you, Bernardo. You have a good memory. Google and Comcast and the rest of Star Wars fan service make it throughout the years. I have no idea, Michael. Yeah, Kickstarters can also be complete scams. I actually got out of one. Seize the Bean has been on the out there and for 3 years, and all they can say is, we've updated the instruction manual. We've updated the instruction manual. And I said, well, it's obvious that you're going nowhere. I want my refund. They said, how can you say we're going nowhere? How can you say we're going nowhere? We're setting things off to print. We're going to look at the initial prints of stuff. No, you guys are just trying to hold on to people's money. They are giving refunds, to be honest, but I would never back. I can't remember the name of that company. I'll never back anything from them again. Seize the Bean was 3 years ago, I think, 2017. It was supposed to come out in February of 2017. They're not doing it. They're awful. I don't trust them at all. They're not scammers because they are offering full refunds. But he was like, can we ask why you want a refund? We'll give you it, but can we ask why? I said, well, I waited 3 years for your stupid game. So I'll give you 3 weeks to give me my refund. How's that? That's fair. Because he said, the refunds take a little while, but we'll give you it. I was like, okay. I said, I waited 3 years for your stupid game. It never came out. So I'll wait on another 3 weeks for my refund. I was sarcastic. Oh yeah, Vinny, I was talking about you earlier. I love that. What was the name of the board game you did? The Egyptian one. I commented on it today. Like, I was just talking to someone about that. It was amazing that you had it. I was like, no way, there it is. Chris, that's a great answer. I do. No prisoners. That's the other one. Yeah. Hey, Iron. Hello, Gungan. I would read Unfinished Tales, Austin. You'll like Unfinished Tales. I just don't know if you'll. I mean, you may like History of Middle Earth. I mean, I appreciate History of Middle Earth. That's why I'm reading through it. Will I read through these again? Maybe, but I'm going to be way older again. It may be another. When I was in college or slightly out of college when I read these, so it's almost been 20 years. And it'll probably sit there another 20, 25 years before, or 20 years before I read it again, probably. So I can't. I mean, Silmarillion and Unfinished Tales are decent, and Hobbit and Lord of the Rings I can read every other year. I've read those tons of times. Evan, how can you be streaming and then talking to me at the same time? It's ridiculous. You're watching me while you stream. Someone should write a book where Karkatar undermines Cornhorn's efforts, and I'm Jedi. I absolutely love that. Tonight I have more times. Oh, right on. I never know why. The new season is completely in the new canon. Doggone it. Hold on just a minute. It's not to do with Mr. Bean. Treasure of the Pharaohs. Yeah, that was a good review, Vinny. I really appreciate you doing that. Oh. Bernardo has a beautiful, beautiful Spartacus game coming out. I mean, he's out. I don't know if I can say it. He's got pre-printed miniatures. I'm sorry if I'm giving this away, but it's really nice. And he's going to build a Coliseum. And then I'm going to have to go where he is and steal it from him. It's going to be sad. Oh, good. Hey, man, have a great time, Austin. Board game. Man, I miss you guys. I miss you guys. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad Vinny reviewed it though. I was super happy to see that game. Bernardo, was I talking to you about that game? Were you the person I was talking to about that game? It may have been Norm. I can't remember. Hello, Magnino Alex. Bernardo, you need to send. I mean, just 40 games a day. I'm telling you, there's so many games in his collection I want to see. Oh, caught up. Matt, are you aware of any plot details from the Cancel Sword of the Dead? No, Chrissy Golden kind of waffled on that. She's like, oh, I didn't have anything written. It's going to be about Jaina, but she won't say anything about it. It's kind of dumb because she wrote some of it. I mean, she did. There was that Force.net article that showed that said it's coming out later on that year, and here's the cover art. And you're like, and you didn't have it written? You didn't have it written. No, I didn't have anything written. We just had an outline. I don't remember what it was. You're lying. And I told you, that's fine that they lie because they don't want to be badgered for their unpublished stuff. Like I told this in the live Q&A, Stackpole even admitted to writing a short story, completely written, with Timothy Zahn. And when I went up to him afterwards, I went, hey, can I have a copy? They went, we lost. That was on our old computers and it's gone now. Right. You just threw away a completed story? No. You don't want people badgering you for it. Okay, so maybe it was Norm. She totally had it written, says Evan. I agree, Evan. I think she did. She just doesn't want people, badgering her for it. What are the books that got canceled when Disney? Sword of the Jedi for sure. There's a few short stories that got canceled as well. But I think Sword of the Jedi was the biggest. I mean, everyone says, well, Tarkin was originally supposed to be old EU. Yes, it was, but the cancellation happened. James Luceno hadn't written it yet. He hadn't written it yet. It had been ordered, but not written. Because remember when it came out, he said, well, this fits into the new canon. He said, this is new canon. He said, well, I had plenty of time. It was a relief not to have to go through. He said it was a relief not to have to look through the old EU and make sure he got Tarkin's history right. Because he can make it up as he went. He said that. Yeah, also, it's definitely a trophy game there, Vinny. Oh, man. New Joe Order. It's going to be a while. It's going to be a couple of weeks or months, but yeah, I can't wait. It may be coming at the end of this year. Disney is not threatened by me. Neither is Lucasfilm. For speaking the truth. Yeah, I'm still holding out hope. They'll make some more EU legend stuff. Well, Heart of the Jedi you can get on Joe's site because Kenneth C. Flint released it. Sword of the Jedi, Chrissy Golden doesn't admit that it even exists, so tough luck there. And Escape from Dagu does exist, but Bill Dietz won't release it, but he's honest about it. And so I just won't bother him about it. But he doesn't think he can because he got paid in full for it. So technically he sold it to Lucasfilm. Oh, he didn't? Ooh, Evan, have you read the Marvel comic books? There is a lot of Tarkin history there. Remember Lady Tarkin? And you got to look at Kevin J. Anderson's Jedi Academy trilogy, where Admiral Dala gives even more background. And there's another one, too, that Admiral Akbar gives background on Tarkin because he used to be Tarkin's slave. And I cannot remember what book or short story that was in. What they called me? I don't think so. I don't remember. You're talking about Tales. I don't like Tales. I review Tales, but it's hard to tell what is canon and what's not, and most of the stuff isn't. I mean, most stuff. Some stuff isn't. Some stuff is. Cody, I've never read the new canon Thrawn books, but I hear a lot of people love them. No, it was never mentioned, but obviously Luke is dead because of the Legacy comic book, right, where he appears as a Force ghost to Cade Skywalker. So we know he's dead, but we just don't know how. And it's never mentioned. What do you think about NASA representing a small percentage of a 4.7 trillion in the United States? The United States plans to spend this fiscal year. I don't know. We've done enough moon trips. What are they going to do? Newspaper strips? Dala? Oh, there are newspaper. Okay. Maybe it's the newspaper strips that Admiral Akbar talks about Tarkin. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what I'm thinking about. Crimson Jack needs to put on pants. That's funny. There's some flamboyant characters, right? Only tales you read are tales of the crypt. A few of Disney canon books. They're mindless. Yeah, some people like them. So, Billy Fighter, like obviously Star Wars Teen likes them. Star Wars Teen, what's your favorite new canon? Not that I'm going to read it, but I'm interested to know. What's your favorite new canon novel? Okay. Oh, had to get some popcorn to enjoy the show. I was gonna get my jar of pickles. To be honest, I feel like a pickle. Moon Rock. Oh, that's interesting. Just a moment here. I have going on here. Yeah, I was reading instructions for the games I got for my birthday, Bernardo, because I'm playing with my little nephews. Oh, what is taking so long? There it is. There it is. Boom. Boom. Come on, come on. There it goes. All right. Sorry, I had to do something real quick. All right. Pickles are great. Yes. Oh, wait. Oh, whoa. Hey, whoa. Everything just went haywire here. Okay. How do you picture Luke Skywalker's funeral? I hope he died peacefully, but if he died of, saving, sacrificing himself, I'm fine with that too. They would never let him die peacefully, right? Because that's kind of boring, I guess, to most people. I hear Lost Stars is a good one too. Oh, you haven't read much of the new canon? Neither have I, Star Wars teen. But I mean, yeah, I do hear Thrawn and Lost Stars are really good. I don't hear anything else that's good. Here, there's a lot of bad stuff in there too, but that doesn't matter. There's bad stuff in the EU too, right? Velasic pickle. You know what? I think that's what I have. There's the stork on it. I have those. Those are good, man. Got those kosher pickles. Canon and see your videos. I read only you can see your videos and learn EU. Okay, cool. Dark Jelly, thanks. Try reading some EU. I think it's really good. You like Rebels? Okay. I never watched it, of course. You're the first person to say. Did you? Let me ask you this, Star Wars team. Did you like it better than the Clone Wars? That'll help me gauge something. Because a lot of people love Clone Wars better, and I didn't like Clone Wars that much. I mean, I liked it okay. There's some good episodes when it dealt with just the clones. But where are you finding the time to play all these games, brother? Where are the time you playing on these games? Okay, you thought TCW was a lot better. Yeah, a lot of people love it better. Did you enjoy the new season of Clone Wars? I know a lot of people did. A lot of Clone Wars fans really like is it 7th season? Yeah. And then people kept asking me, was that part of the Legends? No, it's not. The first 6, technically, are C canon with everything else. I know they're T canon, but they were also C canon. Oh, wow. Thanks, Alex Second Channel. I'm glad my channel was able to help you out. What do I think about the Vong? I thought it was just concept art. I don't think they were actually in an episode. Well, in an unfinished episode. I think they were concept art. That was interesting to see. I do not want to watch. I'm not watching Rebels, Evan. I'm sorry. And you like the Star Wars team, like the new season. Right on. Oh, you're right, Vinny. The garlic ones are really good. I need to look for those. I forgot about the garlic pickles. Dude, I'm going to have to go get some pickles now. Original Clone Wars is pretty good. Okay. Cody, I was like 50-50 on it. Like I said, whenever he talked about the clones and did episodes on just the clones, it was good. I hate Ahsoka. I hate Ahsoka so much. And then I thought some of the storylines were cheesy because they were made for kids. I thought Cad Bane was really cool. So there's some things I like. I didn't like Hondo the pilot. He kind of wore on me after a while. But Cad Bane was pretty cool. No, that's fine. It's fine to love both. Star Wars teen, have you read a lot of EU books? Well, thank you, Vinny. I'm glad my channel is helpful for board games. Someone said I review a lot of those passed over board games that got kind of passed over because other new releases came out and no one remembers this. So they're still good. They're out there, but no one really knows what the game is. And that's true. I do review a lot of those games. I'm so proud that some of these games I'm the only person to review, which is really good. Hated Rebels. Yeah, a lot of people did though, but that's because they hated the Clone Wars got canceled for Rebels at first. What's up, Jacob? Next up, 24-hour Walmart for pickles. There you go. Is it 24 hours? Our Walmarts, during the quarantine, don't go 24 hours. They close. Everything closes at 8:30. It's awful. It's awful. Everything closes at 8:30. Bernardo, I would say 4, 5, and 6, and then 1, 2, and 3. That's how I would do it. You can read it, you can watch them in chronological order too, though. But I like 4, 5, and 6, 1, 2, 3. What's your favorite book from the Thrawn trilogy? I don't know. I just reviewed them all, and I don't know. Probably the first one, just because it's so many memories. Maybe. Star Wars Teens read Truth of Bakura, which is good. Courtship of Prince Leia, love. Tatooine's Ghost. Did I review that one? Yeah, I did. I did, didn't I? Yeah. That's my least favorite Troy Denning novel. Zahn and Anderson trilogy, which I loved. Currently reading I, Jedi. Have mixed feelings. Recently finished them. Oh, okay. The John Jedi comic books are much better than the novel, Star Wars Teen. If you've read the novel's crap. The comic books by John Ostrander are a little bit better. It's sad that they got discontinued because I liked where it was going, but we never got to see where it was going. But yeah, tell me what you think of I, Jedi when you're done with it. Staying deep when you did. Opinion. Oh yeah. All right. Whoa. How do you get? I feel personally power. Thanks, Fanny. Appreciate that. I'm a chronological order type of guy. Hey, so am I. Pushing pickles, man. I'm telling you. I'm seriously thinking about getting one, Vinny. I just hate to leave the stream away. Oh wait, no, I haven't seen more. I haven't seen Rick and Morty. My brother Blitz is a huge fan. He keeps telling me to watch it, but maybe one day. Not anytime soon, though. I did see the new season 7. There are 11 episodes they left out. Oh, okay. Close to finishing Courtship. I enjoyed Courtship of Princess Leia. Yeah, a lot of people were pissed, and that's why they didn't like Rebels. I think because Clone Wars got canceled, and Rebels, and they, oh, we don't want Rebels, we want Clone Wars again. And then there's some people who just legitimately just hate it. What I want to see happen to John, I wanted to see it finish. I want to see what the Rakatan. Is that Rakatan? I want to see how they were losing their control over the Force and crumbling their empire. Their extinct species. What caused them to be extinct? That's what I wanted to know. It looks like John Ostrander was going that way because you remember in the comic book they're saying, "Oh, we're losing our, they're losing their powers and stuff." And I was like, "This is interesting," but then it didn't end. Oh, look out! How did it get behind already? The Republic series, the comic book series, yeah, it was pretty good. We just talked about this on A More Civilized Age, Jacob. Republic series is pretty good. Don't have people to play with. I like some board games. I hate that. I hate that for you. Snoopy's in the same position. I hate that for him too. Netflix, social streaming network. The Toys That Made Us. Hey, Michael, I've watched Toys That Made Us. Not all the episodes, but a few of them. I thought they were really good. The Star Wars Kenner one was especially good. I watched a few more too. Transformers, I think, and I can't remember what else they made. I didn't watch G.I. Joe because I never collected G.I. Joe. I did watch the Barbie one because I was watching them all, and I said, I don't need to watch all the ones, just the ones I care about. But I don't think they made many more than that. I think they made like 6 episodes. Oh, right on, Star Wars Teen. I like the Callistia trilogy, but I'm one of the very few that like it. Shut up, Bernardo. You don't like pickles? Who don't like pickles? You're allergic to hot. Oh, yeah, you told me that. Favorite Star Wars villain of all time is what, in the movies or the books? You don't read the books, so you want movies. I guess that'd be Vader, huh? So the destruction of the Infinite Empire was never explained. Are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about with Infinite Empire. KOTOR has a lot of conflicting info on what happens in the Rocketons. Oh, really? Cool. It's a video game, so Matt needs to go get a pickle. I do, man. Eating pickles. Yeah, Zesh was an interesting character in Dawn of the Jedi. I did like Zesh, too. Whoa, skipping. Cody, I go with the novels before. I like more novels than I do comic books. I love the comic books. A lot of good comic books, but I think the novels are better. I'm more of a book reader. Yeah, but we don't really know, Alex, how they died. I mean, what was going on? What was the disease? What was going on? And that's what I think John Ostrander is going to tell us. Something like that, like 6 episodes. Yeah, I think it did go 6 episodes. Toys That Made Us. It's sad because I was hoping they'd do more of those because I was interested in other toys that they just didn't preview. Oh, that'd be awesome. Oh, the Rocket. Okay, sorry. Yeah, they never explained what happened to him, and I was sad about that because, like I said, John Ostrander, man, has he done an interview where he's mentioned what happened? I wonder if he's done that. The Plastic Stork versus Terminator, crazy. Oh, I was gonna do another vintage. I was thinking about doing another vintage board game stream, but I can't on Monday, and that's the only day I could have done it because I'm booked for the rest of the month. It sucks. I got to work late. My time changes because I'm actually training people on Pacific time, which means I start late. Hooray! Matt gets to sleep in, but then I finish late. Boo! When I finish, dinner's already gonna be fed to the girls, and I'm gonna be starving. So that kind of sucks. Oh my gosh! In that 1 second, I lost everything. Okay, here we go. I'm so behind now. What are my thoughts on the sequel trilogy? Still not interested in seeing them. I'm just not. I'm fine with other people watching them. I don't mind that at all, dude. That doesn't bother me at all if someone else likes them. I heard someone said the only one that they like is Rogue One. Like they said, Rogue One was really good, but they didn't like anything else. So sad to hear that. But yeah, I'm just not. I just don't have interest. I got other things I can do. Way other things I can do. Like read the History of Middle Earth books. They explain where the Sith and the Legacy comic books come from. Technically, didn't the books? I think the books describe that. Yeah, because the books and the John Jackson Miller's Tales of the Sith, not Tales of the Sith, what was it called? I can't remember. But yeah, they do explain, or they have you connect the dots, but I think it's pretty plain where they came from. Cody, I don't play many video games. I hate that, but I just don't. So I don't play Fallen Order. Yeah, Vinny, we'll have you on next time. I hate that BGG SpringCon got canceled, dude. We were going to have so much fun. So much fun. And by the way, Bernardo from Table Talk Island and Jamie the Board Game Man and Vinny the Insane Board Gamer are great board game channels for vintage games. Absolutely fun to watch all of them. And how Bernardo's hair gets bigger every time he makes a video. It's awesome. Are the new essential guides worth getting? Yes and no. You have Wikipedia now. So maybe no. I enjoyed them and I got them, but probably not. I enjoyed them, but probably not now that you got Wikipedia. Unless you just want, you can find them cheap. Yeah. You find them cheap, get them. But probably not. I enjoyed them. I like to, that way I can just look through, thumb through. Some of them are, because you want to thumb through an alien species, you don't know what you're looking for. That would be a reason to get it, because it's easy to search through. I don't know. I liked them, though. Rise of the Sith is bad. Okay. You like Last Jedi, huh? A lot of people hated Last Jedi. A lot of people, I think out of the three, I think the one that got the most positive reviews by most fans was Force Awakens. But my brother said it was horrible. Horrible for Force Awakens. Whoa. Oh, hey, Johnny. Johnny's on there. Wait, Johnny, I missed your question. Where'd it go? I know you don't like Superman as a hero. How do you like him as a villain? I mean, I'm a Batman fan, Johnny. So he's kind of always the villain for Batman. I mean, they have this nice rivalry. World's Finest books are pretty good. Superman. I know Superman's the opposite of Batman. He's optimistic, where Batman's pessimistic. Batman has trust issues. Superman doesn't. He's a very trusting person. One of my favorite comic books, Johnny. Well, the end of it was Final Night, where Parallax destroys the sun and Superman's getting weak. And then the Parallax is the old Green Lantern. Is it Parallax? Yeah. And he sacrifices himself to say, what have I done? And he sacrifices himself. And so Superman gives this long, it's the end of Final Night. And Superman gives this long speech of how Hal Jordan died a hero. He may have been a villain at the end, but he died a hero. And then Batman says something to the effect of, shut up, Clark. He said he was a villain. Just because he made a last-minute ditch effort to make the right call and not destroy humanity, we're going to just give him all these accolades. Whatever. He was a bad guy. He was insane, and good riddance to him. And it ends like they used to be the world's finest, but today they part as in a civil disagreement or something like that. And I was like, ooh, Batman slapped Superman, and Bat swung out of there. I thought that was a really good one. I haven't read Final Night in a long time. I would read it again, though. I remember also Final Night when the sun was dying. They had a hilarious one-page excerpt where the Demon bought advertising on TV and was telling everyone, hey, it's going to get cold on Earth without a planet. Join me in hell. I got all the heat you want. For the price of your soul, I can get you set up in one of our nice honeymoon suites. I mean, it was made for a joke, but it was really funny. Because the Demon at that point had gotten really good. My brother was reading Demon back in the day. Really enjoyed him. Yeah. EU books aren't cheap anymore, are they, brother? Some aren't. The Force will always be strong with the expanded universe. Dadgummit. I am so far behind. How did I fall behind? I was so good at catching up. She said, Bernard, you do look like you're stranded on an island. Once a week for less. Hold on. I just know my brother didn't like Force Awakens. But he was a lot of people who went and saw it loved it, though. Thoughts on Batman Forever? Not as bad. Two-Face is the only thing awful about that, but to their credit, he was supposed to be played lighter for the kids, but overall, it's not so bad. Batman Robin is garbage. It makes me more of an even awesome board. Batman Arkham games are great. I've played them all except for Arkham Knight, the last one, because it comes out in the new system. I don't have the new system. There's no reason for me to do it, because if I got the new system, the only game I'd buy was Arkham Knight. I wouldn't get anything else. But I heard Arkham Knight wasn't as good as the other ones. Maybe you can tell me if that's true or not. You'd love to give another viewpoint? I don't know. Maybe another civilized age, huh? And give different viewpoints. Now, the thing is, though, I won't argue with anyone who loves the new canon. It's fine. I mean, we're arguing opinions at that point, so it doesn't really matter to me. I'm happy that someone likes something else. I don't think everyone has to like the EU to be a Star Wars fan. I don't think that. And I definitely don't think that people have to like this, and that to be a friend of mine, Like Bernardo, is there a game we disagree on? I want to say there's a game we disagree on. I can't remember, but it doesn't matter. I'm trying to think of an example. If someone doesn't like one of the games I like, that's fine. It's just opinions. We can talk about it and discuss it, but overall, it doesn't matter. What's the worst EU comic? Cody, I don't know off the top of my head. I mean, Star Wars Tales. Never mind. Star Wars Tales is awful. It's awful. If that counts. What was my first one? I want to say it was Conquest of the Empire. I think Conquest of the Empire was the first thing I ever reviewed. That was back before I was really doing those board game reviews. I think it was Conquest of the Empire. Batman Long Halloween. Johnny is really good. I've read that one. Bane trilogy paper. Oh, Bane. Oh, yeah. It's stuff for Batman. Oops. Man, how am I getting so behind here? Do you actually like Batman and Robin? Why? There's nothing redeeming about that, in my opinion. I mean, I liked Alicia Silverstone back in the day, but even she wasn't that good of a Batgirl. I haven't played King Oil in a while, but that is on my list to play. That's one of the few vintage board games, Bernard, I haven't played yet. I'm down to 15 or 14 games now. But King Oil, that's going to come up. I'm saving that one because I know my nephews will always play King Oil. They love King Oil. Even the oldest one, who's like 16 now, if it's King Oil, he's sitting down at the table. He loves King Oil. And he didn't like Dark Empire. Some people don't like it because of what's his name? Who did the artwork for that? My brain's cramping up. But I actually love Dark Empire. Lukewarm to the comic books. I understand that, Ian. Lukewarm. Wah, wah, wah. Tank Batmobile. Okay. Botch PVs. Okay, good. I mean, I'll never play it, looks like, but, you know, it's sad, but I just won't because I'm not going to buy a new system. I don't play video games enough. So I think my camera going out of focus. Looked like it was blurry. Just looks like trying to get it. Looks like it went blurry for a minute. We may not. I know there's games that I haven't played that I'm not interested in. Well, I mean, we haven't played the games, but we've discussed. What was the one, the Kickstarter you're very interested about? And I was like, I don't know about it. But we haven't played these games yet, so we can't disagree yet. Would it be interesting continuing the Superman legacy? Not really. Batman fan. Oh my goodness. How do I keep falling behind? I love the Adam West Batman. Absolutely, Ray Bills. Love it. Cam Kennedy, thank you. I love the Adam West Batman. I love it. So funny. Have the whole series on Blu-ray. Camera hasn't messed up. Okay. 2009 Conquest of the Empire. I remember I used to play that when my wife and I just got married. I used to just play it on the floor by myself. I had so much fun with that freaking game. I tried playing KOTOR, but it was way past when it came out, and I didn't like the graphics, so I stopped. Bristol 1980. No, it wasn't Bristol 1988. Bristol 1803. Did I say 1988? Okay. Have I read? No, I haven't, Johnny. I haven't checked that out. Was animated by fans in a holiday style. Huh. Special style. That's interesting. But unless I get a stupid cheap deal, I don't think I want to own Legends of Zagor. Seems like a waste. You know what? The missus played Legends of Zagor with me, and she enjoyed it. She really liked it. At first, she was a little confused how it worked, but she's like, this isn't so bad. It's a fun little romp adventure, but it's not worth the price. It is not worth the price. I love 66 Batman. I love 60s Adam West Batman. Adam West is the best Bruce Wayne because that's you never would think that Bruce Wayne is Batman. I love Conquest of the Empire. I kind of wish I had my old copy, but that plastic was super brittle, So I'm glad I have the Eagle Griffin Games game is better. Who do I think will run the EU? Hopefully me. No, I'd like Joe Bongiorno from StarWarsTimeline.net. He's a great guy. Okay, Snoopy, have a good night. I'm going to have to go to bed too. You love the 60s Batman? Really? You do? How old are... Well, that's rude to ask. I was going to ask how old you are. Just because you said Star Wars teen, I wonder if you're a teenager. And then how did you come to like the 60s Batman? I mean, I grew up on a kid because I wasn't born in the 60s, but the reruns were playing at my grandmother's house. And whenever we went to my grandmother's, it would come in the afternoons. I was like, what is this? Live action Batman? I absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. Thought it was great. Didn't think it was cheesy at all. And now watching it as an adult, I'm like, oh, this is great for a different reason. Batman and Robin was just dumb, and Adam West knew what they had, and it's the right mixture of humor and color. Love the colors schemes in that one. Joe mixes canon, Evan. I know he does. We disagree on that, but he would try to remember what I said in my live Q&A last week. He would try to connect them together, make them separate universes, but show a connection between them. I did this on my interview with him. I hate him. It makes sense, but that's what Joe would do. But he'd try to make everyone happy, so he'd be a good pick. What EU author would I not want to come back? Come on, man. Karen Travis, but she's not going to come back anyway. Wow, seriously, 16, and you still love that series. Wow, that's really cool, dude. That is really cool. I didn't know there were that many younger fans. I should know that there'd be that many younger fans. Oh, the Commissioner in 66 Batman is great. 60 Batman. Matt's in his late 20s. Not really. Thank you. Batman animated series, Batman Beyond are really good. Intentional camp versus accidental. There you go. There's Batman and Robin versus 60s Batman. Evan should run the EU? Oh, no. Did I start Janet training your twins? No, but when they get older, I want to read some of those children Ewok books to them. See if they like the EU. We're going to start off reading children's books to them, and then grow up to young adult, and then grow up to maybe chronological order. I don't know, maybe comic books next. I haven't decided. But they may get bored of Star Wars altogether, and that's fine too. They don't have to like Star Wars. Dad'll still love them. Maybe if you watched it as a kid, Rave Blitz, then you may have good memories of Batman and Robin. I can get that. Justice League is a good cartoon. Yeah, I talked about that earlier. How do I cut timelines where Han and Leia only have 3 kids in one and only 1 kid in another? You watch the podcast with Joe. They're 2 alternate universes, but we know from Marvel that alternate universes exist, and we know from West End Games that alternate universes exist. So he takes those 2 knowledgeable and ties it together. They're 2 separate timelines, but they both exist in a way. Mr. Freeze animated series was much better than Mr. Freeze in the 60s cartoon. I mean, 60s TV show was always changed by someone. Planet of the Hoojies. Yeah. Egghead, played by Vincent Price, and King Tut. He got a knock on the head and he became King Tut. And he got knocked in. He was like, oh, Batman, did I be bad? Was I bad again? I'm so sorry. That's how it always ended. It was great. I need to watch that series again. Dadgummit, I want to watch that series again now. I may watch that series again. Do you remember Return to the Batcave? I think it's on YouTube now. It's so expensive to get on DVD. But Return to the Batcave was fun. And did you know there is a Legend of the Superheroes? It came out in the 70s. The DVD, I think, is still cheap to find. It used to be. It was a 70s show. It only went 2 episodes. It was a special. And the first one is Batman and some of the Justice League people. Flash and Green Lantern, and I can't remember who else. But he goes up against Solomon Grundy. It's live action. And it's Adam West as Batman. No one remembers that. And the second episode was it was weird. It was like a roast. Like they sit there and Riddler. Oh, Frank Gorshin played the Riddler again. And the Riddler's making zings on Batman on stage. And Batman's making a zing back at him. They didn't know what to do with the show. But the first episode was kind of campy but good. I have that too. And I have the Batgirl introductory episode where she fights Killer Moth, the 60s Killer Moth. They did it on the cheap because they wanted to introduce Batgirl to the executives, So they played this short Batgirl episode, and the studio liked it, and they put Batgirl in season 3. And I have that. It's Batgirl versus Killer Moth. Killer Moth has done really terrible too, but it was interesting. It's an interesting piece of 60. I don't know if that's on the DVD, the Blu-ray. Is the Batgirl? I should go get it. Is the Batgirl mini episode? It only lasted just a few minutes, but is the mini episode on the Blu-ray? That'd be awesome if it was. They should include that. But I remember I got it at a Comic-Con a long time ago. You don't like what Justice League gonna do? Limited to Batman Beyond. I can see that. Walking Dead comic books, love them. Star Wars teen. I've read them all. I wasn't happy about the ending. Wasn't happy about the ending. I thought the ending was like, no, I don't like that. I don't want to spoil the ending though, so I'm not gonna talk about it. But I didn't like how it ended. I thought the comic books were better than the TV show. Comic books are way better than the TV show. Oh, shut up. Your mom worked on. Well, see, that's why you have a connection to it. That's why you like Batman and Robin. Don't want Zahn to come back? Yeah, I get that. I wouldn't mind if he didn't come back. Thoughts on the High Republic? Don't care about it. Don't care about it. It got delayed, so maybe they'll change it and do something else. Yeah, it was in the old Marvel comic books, Star Wars comic books, Johnny. Let me guess. Billy Fight is funny about Cornhorn. Funny comment. It's funny. Okay. It's the originals. Writing stories, countless stories. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch it. God love Egghead. What's up, Man of Dew? Yeah, we're talking 60s Batman, man. Shatner, Two-Face never made his appearance. So Two-Face wasn't on the animated. Oh, sorry. The animated 60s episode. Yes, he was. You are correct. Forgot about that. There was a rumor that Clint Eastwood, I can't remember, someone was going to play Two-Face, and like if there would have been a 4th season, Two-Face was one of the villains they were thinking about making, because they had False Face, but they're going to do Two-Face. Remember the Grundy episode? That's funny. No, I haven't seen Sir Alec Guinness's other movies. I hear those are good though. Great talking to you, Star Wars team. Thanks for stopping by. Rob D, a lot of craziness. The Mos Eisley Cantina, yeah. Yeah, I know Keaton's Batman and Robin takes place in the same continuity. Doesn't mean it's awesome. The Joker movie, I loved how they explain Joker. I don't care for Pattinson as Batman, but I'll watch it anyway. Superfriend's toy line is the absolute best, Vinny. Believe on that. Hey, Evangeline. Okay, well, yeah, I heard about Batman Triumphant, but it wasn't going to get darker. I don't believe that at all. Anyway, rats, I got to go back to the question I was just answering earlier. I forgot it already. Oh, Joker. I didn't like it because they try to ground in reality. Whenever they take a comic book movie and they try to ground in reality, I don't like it. But I did like how they explained how Joker, he had a condition where he uncontrollably laughed when he got nervous. I liked that. It was just Batman is a really young kid and Joker's like 40, mid-40s. So when Batman becomes Batman, Joker's going to be an old guy in his 60s and be his arch nemesis. You see, I'm thinking realistic now, but So for me, I didn't like that, but I did like a few things from that movie. What I missed there? Watching Fast 5. Oh, I got a buddy of mine who loves the Fast and Furious trilogy. Bernardo, I don't know how you're going to find the time to paint everything you need to paint. Yeah, well, I think the studio wanted to make toys on Batman and Robin. It was all about merchandising, right? Have read the Star Wars Republic comics? Yes, I have, Steven. I enjoyed them. Thought they were really good. Marvel or DC? I'm a DC guy, but I've read a lot of Marvel. I do remember the Star Wars miniatures with playsets. I used to have a few of those, Vinny. The die-cast hard metal. I remember our mailman gave us a bunch of die-cast metal snow troopers because they got lost in a package. They fell out and they didn't know where it was. So he gave us a mail-in Emperor too, because they couldn't find who it went to. The address was all messed up, so he gave it to us because he knew we were Star Wars fans. I was like, shut up. I remember the mailman just put it in the box. I got the Emperor, and my brother got the little mini snow trooper. He loved snow troopers, and he was really happy, and I was happy because I had the toy Emperor. Because back then you couldn't get him in a package; you had to mail off for him, and we rarely did that. Jack Nicholson Joker didn't have to act. That's funny. Favorite Batmobile? It's got to be the comic book from not the comic book, the cartoon Super Friends. I love that Batmobile. I used to have that toy as a kid. Absolutely loved it. My thoughts on J.K. Rowling? I don't think she wrote those books. And that's not true, right? But why wouldn't she write new books? Why wouldn't she write a new book when she knows she would make another $1 billion to write a prequel series, a James Potter series? She'd make $1 billion easily, but she won't. I don't think she maybe ghostwrote those books, man. That's probably not true, but I don't know why she wouldn't make more books. It bothers me that the sequel is only a screenplay. And then reading through Harry Potter, there's a lot of stuff. The last time I read through it, it's not as enjoyable as I used to love it. I've kind of put things more in focus now, and some things just don't make sense. That's another. I'm not going to explain that. That's going to be another long explanation there. Yes, I read that was big news that DC stepped away from Diamond Distributor. Wow, I can't believe that, but wow. Yeah, man, your Power Rangers board game fully painted. The missus is going to love that, dude. You love that. Yeah, Daredevil was good, but it was only good when the Kingpin was on it. Daredevil was okay, but the Kingpin was great. Favorite book in the Darth Bane trilogy? The first one. I love all those, but the first one. You like Batman Forever's Batmobile. That's fair. I hated Christopher Nolan's Batmobile. Didn't even look like anything like a bat. It was a tank. I get it was kind of centered in the real world, but I didn't like it. Jerry Robinson Batmobile, really? I love, for a while they brought that back in the comic book. I can't remember when it was. It's like the mid-2000s. Wasn't he riding around that because his other Batmobile had been damaged, so he had to use some of his older Batmobiles? And that's how they got him to ride in that one for a little while. I think that's true. It's been a while. Yeah, with the big bat head on the front. Yeah. That's a fun one. It's classic. Man, how am I falling behind in these? Yes. He just bought the set of Harry Potter. I mean, it is overrated. Read it. I think you'll enjoy it. But some things like she has way too many powerful magical things. And you're like, well, if you had that, why couldn't you just go ahead and defeat everyone? I don't get it. It was written for kids, though, so you got to go a little light. Wasn't Robin Williams going to be, what, the Riddler? Maybe. He was rumored to be the Riddler. I think some other writer. Oh, I've never heard about that. Favorite Sith character? Dude, I don't know. Not this late. Did I like the character Man-Bat? Yeah, I did, actually. Oh, J.K. Rowling like Harper Lee. I would agree. Kingdom Come was really good. Brady. I got to read that one. That was a really good one. I did love Jim Carrey as the Riddler. I thought he did a great job. I thought everyone did a great job. Yeah, well, I don't like Chris O'Donnell, but Val Kilmer actually did a good job as Batman. I didn't think that back in the day, and when I rewatched it with my brother a few a long time ago in the summer. Like, this isn't that bad a movie. But if you took out Two-Face or you made Two-Face, because Tommy Lee Jones could be a good Two-Face, but the Two-Face they made him play was just not good. I haven't looked into the Mistborn trilogy by Brandon Sanderson, but Steven wants me to read it. But right now I'm reading through the Mystery of Middle Earth. And then I'm going to read all through Dune after that. So I've already got a big reading list right now. Golly, I've got a lot of stuff to catch up on. Okay, hold on. Hey man, have you looked at okay? Favorite Sith from the dude, I don't know. Oh, Geeks Addict. You just said that just to join and then flip out, just skip out. But thank you. I haven't watched The Mandalorian. I know a lot of people like it though. It's just new canon is just not for me. But I'm glad that other people are liking Mandalorian. Wow, you love the First Age of Middle Earth. Really? That's my least favorite one. It does have some good stuff in it. But the Third Age, I just love. I mean, come on, it's got to be the Third Age, and then the Second Age, and then last the First Age. I'm glad you like the First Age though. It does have some good stuff, but I think the Second Age was a little bit better. And the Third Age, I just love anything with the rings. I wish there's more Third Age, early Third Age stuff. Doesn't have to be Lord of the Rings, era. It can be a little bit before that, but still within the Third Age. But really, Tolkien really didn't write that much about the Third Age. He was invested in that First and Second Age more. Thoughts on Pablo Hidalgo? Used to be a good guy. Changed when the buyout came. Totally talks a 180 now, which is sad. How do I fall this far behind? I'll never get that pickle now. That pickle's gone, man. Jim Carrey would have made a good Joker? Maybe. Wow, Val Kilmer's your favorite Batman, Evan? Wow. I don't know if I can say that, but he's a good one. Who's my favorite Batman? I think it's Adam West, to be honest. I love Michael Keaton. Val Kilmer was good too. Wasn't a fan of course, George Clooney. Hated George Clooney. Didn't really like Christopher Nolan's Batman guy. His name, everything's going blank because it's getting late for me. Didn't really like him either. So I liked, oddly enough, I liked Ben Affleck. I liked Ben Affleck's Batman. Good night, Alex. Don't know much about Lucasfilm Alien Chronicles, except that it, the basic stuff. Which Star Wars character we want to hang out with the most? Come on, Wicket. If you're going to make a video defending Batman and Robin, go for it. Oh my gosh, I am so far behind. Not going to catch up here. Favorite Star Wars character of all time in the EU? Kip Duran. Kevin Conroy is Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman. He's a really nice person too. Didn't care for Keaton? Evan, what's wrong with you? I did watch Batman and Me. That's the Bob Kane story, right? Yeah, that was good, Man of Doom. I did see that. Adam West is just great. He was a nice guy. I got to meet him. He signed an autograph for me. He was really cool. It was really awesome to meet him because as a kid, I did grow up loving him. I know it's a lot of episodes, Stargate is, Bernardo, but it's fun. They're fun episodes, and you don't have to rush through them. Just occasionally pop in a few here and there. Bernardo just finished Spartacus. He loved it. I just talked about you today. Actually, one of my buddies, he loves Spartacus, and we did some more Spartacus talk. And we talked. I told him what you said about you're not liking the second season that much or the other ones, and so we kind of broke down the Spark. We did some Spartacus talk today. It's a lot of fun. Good assessment of Pablo there, Evan. What sequel do you want that hasn't happened? Well, they are making a Trimmer 7. Hello from the UK, Stephen. I don't know, Geeks. That's a great question. He had Joe Schumacher apologize for Batman and Robin. Good. Are you allowed on a more civilized age? No, because it's called a civilized age, Evan. I don't know. We'll see. The next one. Oh, what's up, Tim? Oh man, that is a blast from the past. That man right there. He's a good guy. I love that dude. What's up, Tim? Long time no see. More trimmers grows. I know, man. I love it. Love it. Can't wait for it. No, Geeks, you ask a good question. I don't know. Do you know an answer? Steven loves trimmers. I do too, man. I think trimmers is great. I just read a book behind the scenes about trimmers, the unofficial book to trimmers. It's really good. Bruce got it to me for my birthday. We'll do a podcast on it. We'll review it all. I have a ton of notes. I just finished it today. Yes, SG1. Watch the movie SG1, Atlantis. Watch the movies to SG1, and watch Stargate U. It'll be a long trip, but it's pretty good. Another Mr. Moore. That's right, 2 Mr. Moores. Nah, Tim's awesome, man. Tremors had a TV series too, and it was fun. I loved it. Tremors 4 sucks. Tremors 5 was good. Tremors 2 is one of the best things ever. Tremors 3 is good. Tremors 4 sucks. It's awful. Tremors 5 is good. Tremors 6 is really cheaply made, and I hated that. So Tremors 7, I'm hoping it's going to be good because the guy from, is it Josh Hedger? Who's the guy who played Napoleon Dynamite? He's in Tremors 7. Whatever you're doing. Tremors TV series was really good. I'm glad you liked it too, Steven. What was that? I need to get that name of that book. I just read it. It's called Seeing Perfection, the unofficial guide to trimmers or something like that. Check it out. Self-published, but I think it's on. I think it is on Amazon. But I just finished it today. It goes through the first movie, second, third, fourth, the TV show, the fourth movie, and the at the time upcoming fifth movie, because he didn't know what was going to be about. Oh my gosh, how did I follow? Josh Hedder, yeah. He still acts, obviously, for that one. Do chickens have large talons? Tim, that's great. Chicken. Of all the sequels, I say, well, Tremor 7 is already happening. I don't know, dude. Firefly 2, there you go. Or Serenity 2. That's what I wish was happening. Big horror club. My wife's favorite horror series overall, Stephen, is the original Halloween series, which is pretty good if you like kind of that old era horror, except for the last one. I'm talking H2O was decent. And what was the one that came out afterwards? It was the last of the original series. Man, my brain is not working, but that one sucked. I mean, the very opening scene was good when the big character died, but the rest of it was terrible. What's next in 2020 to make it bad? Mixmaster. There's a Tremors TV show reference. I never seen Critters TV show. I never saw Critters, I don't think. Yeah, Halloween's a good. Halloween Resurrection, that's what it's called. Just remembered it. Fellow fan of Creep Show, huh? Thoughts on the Snyder Cut? It's going to be just as bad as the regular Justice League. Not a fan of Zack Snyder. I think too much is held on him. Just because the director gets to show their own director's cut doesn't mean it's going to be good. I just don't see how that movie could be any good. It's going to be terrible, regardless. Will I watch it? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I've ever seen Critters, Ian. I remember a long time ago. I remember seeing it at Blockbuster and everything, but I don't remember if I've ever seen it. If it wasn't so long ago. Top 10 horror film list? I don't know, Tim, but that's a great question. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like for a horror series, Saw was good, but I only watched them each once. I probably won't watch them again. But yeah, I don't know. Let me see. Screw this Schumer cut. Oh my goodness. Dolls is sick. Critters and Shutters. Shut up, Steven. You were in the Justice League can you see yourself in the movie? Can you see yourself? That's the thing. Were you one of the extras just running away and you just can't find yourself? I know a girl who went out to Los Angeles, who's a friend of mine, who you can see her in Jurassic Park 3. When everyone raises their hand, she's in the first row raising her hand. And she was in Planet of the Apes, the Mark Wahlberg remake, and she's one of the slaves. But you can see her in each movie. And it was fun because back in the day, I'd go to the movies like, there's Vanessa. And she actually married French Stewart from Stargate. Yeah. And French is a nice guy. I know French Stewart. We're not close buddies. I know his wife. But French is a really nice guy. He'll come here because his in-laws are here. But he's super cool. My wife was a big fan of him on Third Rock from the Sun. And she's like, I was like, go talk to him. And everyone was talking to him. And we said hello for a little bit. But when they usually come in to visit, I usually just talk to Vanessa. I did text them last week because my wife saw a show that French was in. She wanted to know the ending because the show got canceled. And he was the villain in the season finale. I said, I'll ask Vanessa. But she's been too busy or she forgot to text me back. Or she doesn't know the answer. Favorite Ewok, Wicked. There it is again. Whoa. His name makes an appearance. Cool. Steven, can you see yourself in any of that? That's cool, man. Being extra. I know they used to do a lot of films in Shreveport, about an hour and a half from here. And I have a friend who went and was extras in a ton of things. I've never seen her before, but I don't remember what movie she was in. She never really told me. Matt, for your last EU video, call it New Canon. Just say I don't care, and then it ends. It's funny. Not even your knee. Power Rangers Shattered Grid. Okay. The Missus is a big. Oh, let me throw this away. The Missus is a big Power Ranger fan. I am not. I thought it was a ripoff of Voltron when I watched it. Dang, how do I have more viewers the longer I go? That's weird. I've never watched The Witcher. Everyone's telling me to watch it, but you remember everyone begged me to watch Westworld. What was it, a year or two ago? I was like, I'm not going to watch Westworld or whatever. And they're like, well, yeah, it really sucked later on, but watch The Witcher. Yeah, let it go a few seasons. Let's see. I usually don't watch newer seasons. I just watch them. When they're completed. There are a few exceptions to that rule. Like I'm watching Stranger Things, but I'm really not. Every season goes by, I enjoy it less. They should have stopped that at season 1 and stopped. Thoughts on the special edition for Return of the Jedi? Liked it better? No, I did not like it better. That's wild that you did, though, Gungan Fighter. Once upon a time, I think didn't the family of Bruce Lee sue for that? Westworld went bad fast. Yeah, but the thing is, though, everyone's like, you got to watch season 1. And then it sucks. So, yeah, watch Witcher suck in the next season. That's going to make a bunch of people mad, but would make them mad if they didn't know there was a second season of Westworld. That's true. Voltron is a copy of another one. Yeah, that's true. But my first experience to it was Voltron. So that's how I know it as. But yes, you're right. Voltron was a knockoff of something else earlier. The Super Sentai. Oh, nice to talk to you too, Stephen. Have a good day. It's daytime for you, right? Early in the morning. Top 5 Avengers. I don't know. From the movie or the comic books? I don't know. I'm not. I mean, Hulk. I don't know. That's a good question. Watchmen. The comic book was awesome. The movie was sad. It should have been better. The comic book was awesome though. Top 5 Arrowverse. I don't watch the Arrowverse. Sorry. I'd never watched the new Voltron. That's sad though to hear. They were going to have Robin Williams play the Riddler, but I think he turned it down, and Jim Carrey got it. But Robin Williams was going to play in the previous director. I can't think of anyone's name right now. Oh my gosh, what's the director's name? The original version for the third movie by what is that director's name now? My mind's going blank this late at night. But it was going to be Robin Williams, but then when he got kicked off the project, they went with someone else. Whoa. Never saw the animated claws. No, top 5 choices were Fast and Furious saga. I don't know, man. The Fast and Furious is good to watch once. Each one of those movies good to watch once. Oh, I love the Ewok celebration finale. That's my favorite. Of course, I'm an Ewok fan. Tim Burton. Thank you. Tim Burton. Yeah, I think Robin Williams was going to be Riddler for the Tim Burton film. I don't know. Down the Joker. Well, Joker had already been played by what's his name? Jack Nicholson. See, this is what happens when I get this late. Yeah, Fast and Furious 9 was going to come out, right? I think it was. I didn't know about the Bruce Lee documentary. I hate that they ruined Voltron with the new series. You know, that's one thing. I heard they ended the original 80s Voltron, but I don't remember it. I don't remember it actually ending. They beat the big bad guy at the end. I just don't remember it. Guardians of the Galaxy is very fun. I surprisingly like 2 a lot. I didn't think it was going to be as good, but it's pretty good. I love the Mission Impossible movies, but Ghost Protocol was where they hit their peak. And every time they've done one, it's been a step below and a step below. Like the last one is probably not the weakest one in the series, but definitely not the strongest one. But I am excited for another one. I will always go back to Mission Impossible. I cannot believe it's gone. How many movies now? 6, 7 movies? I can't remember. But Mission Impossible, I just love it. With yeah. That my mind cooked at this point. I can't think of Tom Cruise. Goodness gracious. See, this is what happens when I'm this late. All right. I'm going to have to stop this in a minute. Best Spider-Man. I've kind of liked all the Spider-Man. I don't know. That's a great question. I don't know. Good night, Evangeline. Yeah, I need to go to bed too. Top female wrestlers on UFC to WCW. Well, only Ronda Rousey was there, right? Top female wrestlers, though, on WWE, I like Trish Stratus back in the day. She was a really good fighter, though. MCU movies. What's my favorite? My favorite MCU movie is... That's a great question. I mean, I guess the first Avengers, maybe. What's my least favorite? That's going to anger some people. I don't know. I know I don't like Doctor Strange There's another one I don't like that came out recently. I want to say Doctor Strange. I didn't like. I can't remember what the other one was. There are two. Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel was pretty bad too. Captain Marvel was just so many wasted opportunities, and Doctor Strange was just boring. And Black Panther looked awful. It looked the shots and everything were just, it was bad CGI at times, bad blue screen. And the thing is that people built it up. People were telling me it was better than the Avengers. Like, really? I was excited to see it, and I was like, this doesn't look that good. Look wise, it didn't look good. Probably Captain Marvel is the worst. Though I didn't like Doctor Strange either. You like the last three? I mean, the last one was good, but I think it's a step behind the other ones that come out. Good night, Bernardo. I need a pickle. I do need a pickle. I love Andrew Garfield. Yes, I thought Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man was great. I did. I don't think the movies were good, but I thought he was good. Tobey Maguire is great. I love Tobey Maguire. And the new one, I was not going to be a fan for Tom whatever. I don't know. I can't think of his name right now, but yeah, he was good. Whoa. Sam Raimi made direct Doctor Strange 2. It's going to be a tough watch. Trish Stratus is a Canadian wrestler. Yes, she was. Ant-Man and Wasp was a missed opportunity, but it had some decent moments. Original Captain Marvel, yep, that was good. Tom Holland, yeah. Tom Holland was really good. I was prepared not to like him. Are you serious? I love Mission Impossible 2. I mean, it's over. It's kind of campy, but it's good. Ghost Protocol, in my opinion, is the best one they've ever had. Rogue Nation was good, but it's right below Ghost Protocol. And Fallout was good, but not as good as Ghost Protocol or Rogue Nation. I'm seeing a trend of stepping down. It's still not, I mean, it was still good. Fallout was still good, but not as good as Rogue Nation or Ghost Protocol. Whoa, didn't like Captain Marvel or Black Panther. And I had like Black. I didn't have a choice. Didn't like it. Didn't like it. Johnny, cracked me up. Well, the reason was, and Johnny, do you agree with me? The blue screen was bad. You could tell it was blue screen. A lot of that stuff was really fake. And then the CGI when he was fighting Kilgore, I mean, it looked like old 2000 CGI where he's, I was like, what is going on? This movie looks terrible. It looked horrible. It was horribly filmed, horribly shot, horrible special effects. I went, how did this even leave the studio? It was just sad. Yeah, I thought Iron Man 3 was good. Guardians of the Galaxy is a good film. I do like Tim. I love Into the Spider-Verse. I love Into the Spider-Verse. I think Into the Spider-Verse is very good. I think Ryan's being mean. Ryan, what's your favorite? Your favorite Mission Impossible movie? It's way too rush. The attacking rhinos made you. Yeah, I know. It's just it's a terrible looking movie. It's the worst looking movie of all the Marvel movies. It is. But I'm going to have to go with Captain Marvel 2 because Captain Marvel was frustrating because it should have been great. It should have been great. A throwback to the 90s. Come on. And every opportunity they had, they wasted. And I can't stand that. At least Black Panther had some interesting characters. And overall story plot was okay. If the movie didn't look like hot garbage, it would have been a great movie. Unfortunately, that movie looks terrible. Okay, so you agree with me. Ghost Protocol. Yeah, enough said. Thought so. Yeah, Marvel Spider-Man Spider-Verse. Spin-off is great. The Black Panther board game's okay? Okay. I remember seeing it. Oh yeah. Yeah, Winter Soldier was great in Black Panther, and they were both good in Civil War. Um, yeah, but just when he guys, I was like, okay, he's getting his own movie, and I was like, whoa, this looks bad. So we watched in a finished cut here. I didn't like Venom. I thought Venom was okay, but it's not that good. The main character isn't that interesting. Yeah, you didn't feel much for him. I agree. Is it the worst, RK? Is it the worst, Ryan? The thing with Wakanda, the problem you have with Wakanda is like they have this. I mean, I know they're a secret city that has this mass technology, but your whole continent is hurting. Wouldn't you want to share with the continent that you so love? I mean, they have all this. They all have Wakanda forever, and they're very proud of their heritage. Okay, well, why don't you help the rest of the continent? Why don't you help the rest of your country? I don't know. It's like if the Avengers were super rich and they lived in a world of a country full of poverty. Would people really love them? Would they be heroes in people's eyes? I don't know. But that's from his comic book though. And I get it. The secret city located that no one can see. Atlantis is full of technology too, and Aquaman. You're thinking, why wouldn't you share that? What's better, Infinity War or Endgame? Infinity War. Yeah. Endgame just took forever to end. Forever to end. Black Panther is good in Civil War than he is in his own movie. I agree with that. Rocket Raccoon is fantastic. Yeah, Venom without Spider-Man is just not Venom. Yeah. Have you read the Star Wars Legends Epic Collection, Clone Wars? Oh, that's not for me. Good. A question that's not for me. That's nice. Now I can take it easy till a question pops up. I should have gone to get a pickle. That's what I really wanted to get. Wait. Did Ryan answer my question about which Marvel movie he hated most? I can't remember. Did I even ask that question? What Marvel movie did you love most and hate most? Everyone. I would love to see a Maximum Carnage movie, actually, Vinny. That comic book was a little over the top, but Carnage was really cool back in the day. I like Sam Raimi. Yeah. Didn't he make that Baseball for Love of the Game? Really good movie. And he's honest. He says, I make popcorn movies. I make movies that will help the studios get money. And then he makes stuff that he loves too. Who do I think should play Thrawn? Man, I'm so terrible with actors' names and stuff. I don't know. Who do you think would play Thrawn? I saw the Jonah Hex. No, I didn't see the Western Tales. I saw the movie. And it was disappointing. I used to like Jonah Hex back in the day. Iron Man 2 was a step behind. I agree with that. Loved Ant-Man. Ant-Man's good. Gummy versus Carnage. Get out of here. Yeah. Ant-Man was good. There's a lot of other ones. Good night, Michael. That I really liked. I'm a big fan. Thor 3 is funny. But I don't mind Thor 2. I thought Thor 2 was good. Everyone talks about how they didn't like that one, but I thought it was pretty good. Is Young Indiana Jones in continuity with the movies? Yes. But Young Indiana Jones is kind of boring. Infinity War, least favorite, Spider-Man Home. What? Rob D, I love Spider-Man Homecoming. And I was prepared to hate that film, but I actually absolutely love it. I saw that Vulture is in the Morbius movie. Morpheus? I didn't want to see the Morpheus movie, but I do like Michael Keaton's Vulture. It's fantastic. Yeah, I know it sucks, man, to be in that situation. Right? Everyone likes Wakanda, but you, Black Panther, but you. You grew up on the old Hulk TV show with Bill Bixby. It's great. Bill Bixby is great. Bill Bixby, and of course the Hulk's great. That's a fun show. And I have a buddy of mine, Johnny, who cries every time at the end when they play the piano music. He cries. I'm not looking forward to Black Widow. I'm sorry, I'm just not. Jeremy Irons would be a good Thrawn. Spider-Man 2. You know what? I did not like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 2. That was the worst one of the three. Ray Blitz, but I'm in the minority for that. Morbius. There it is. Morbius doesn't look that good either, though, to be honest. It looks like garbage. Scarlett Johansson, because she has red hair, plays Mara Jade. Michael Fassbender is, as Thrawn, I can see that. Old Hulk show was great, wasn't it? Benedict Cumberbatch. I'm not really a fan. Bill Bixby is great. He is. How can I hate Spider-Man 2? I just don't. I mean, Dr. Octopus is good, but he takes off his mask. Spider-Man does, and everyone sees him, and they don't take pictures. They don't say, "Oh, look, it's Peter Parker." I just thought that was dumb. Perfect is my nostalgia for Sam Raimi's. Oh, okay, that's fine. That's fair. But Homecoming was really good. And the Vulture, Michael Keaton as the Vulture, great. That scene where he's dating Vulture's daughter and they find out that, he's Spider-Man and he's the Vulture, it's great. That's a great tense scene that has comedy in it too. It's so good. So good. The second one, Far From Home, was not as good. And I was excited to see Mysterio and is it just Mysterio? I want to say there was someone else. Was Hydro in that one? I can't remember, but Mysterio was okay, but wish it would have been a little bit better. But the new movies I was not ready to love Homecoming. I did not want to see Homecoming. Because I was like, Vulture's boring. He's been my favorite Spider-Man villain so far in the whole series. I mean, my favorite one in the comic books is Green Goblin, duh. But William Dafoe did a good Green Goblin, but just it looks like a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger costume he was wearing. I hated that. I agree with Evan for the first time ever. Not that I hate them all, but that's why I didn't like 2. Far From Home, yeah. Oh, was it low budget? Yeah, I didn't really like it, Tim. Bill Bixby is the best Bruce Banner. Hey, Johnny, have you seen the movies? The Bill Bixby movies with Flash? No, not Flash. Thor and Daredevil, the ninja-looking Daredevil, and the movie with Thor is great. And then the death of the Hulk is pretty good. Oh, Christopher Barker, did you like Batman v Superman? I hated that movie. That's okay that you liked it. People liked or hated it. The best Daredevil with Gimli as Kingpin. Really? Was that who played Kingpin? I don't even remember that. Go Power Rangers. Christopher, who's your favorite Power Ranger? Thoughts on the Punisher TV show? The first season was great. The second season was okay. It slows down a little bit, but has great moments. But the first season is great. Didn't they do a second season? They did, didn't they? It wasn't as good. But yeah, my wife's favorite Power Ranger was the original Red Ranger, and she got to meet him in real life, and she geeked out. Absolutely loved him. Absolutely loved him. It was great. Oh boy! Hey, look, I caught up with all the questions now. Yeah, they liked or hated it, and they watched the videos. See, Ryan agrees with me that the Snyder Cut's going to suck too. Time Force Pink. I like the original Pink Ranger, and I like her replacement, even though not a lot of people loved her replacement. And then I stopped watching. Bulk and Skull from Power Rangers, yeah. Green Power Ranger. Tommy is a really nice guy. And for a while, he knew Megan and I. We went to so many Comic Cons. We see him all the time. He started calling us out by name. When we passed his desk, said, Matt, Megan, what's up? And he even invited us to a party he was going to. And Megan wanted to go, but we could not. We had to get home that night. And so we said, we'll see you at the next Comic Con. But he's a really nice guy. He's a genuine guy, that Tommy the Green Ranger. No, it was the Yellow Ranger who died, Tim. The Yellow Ranger. They are releasing the Snyder Cut, Ryan. You're getting what you wanted. What happens, Ryan, when you watch the Snyder Cut and it sucks? That's what I want to know. It's going to be straight up denial. Straight up denial. Will it be better than the original thing? Well, yeah, because the original, the one that just came out, is garbage. But Zack Snyder's can't be any better. I mean, maybe a little bit better, but won't be good. I may watch it, but I'm sure it's going to be different. That doesn't mean it's going to be good. Ryan, you crack me up. Shut up being biased. I'm glad it's coming out so people can shut up about it. Like I said, I hated Justice League. I can't imagine his cut being that much better. I mean, obviously it will be, I guess, because the movie's crap. But I don't think it's going to be a good movie. Ooh, Domino's Pizza Philly cheesesteak sounds good. You're waiting for the Filoni cut? Ooh. John Rhys Davies played Kingpin. I need to watch those again, Johnny. I missed it. My buddy Bruce is a huge Bill Bixby Hulk fan. We used to watch them together all the time. You like Justice League too? Oh, you thought it was fine. I'm sorry, Christopher. Don't know much about Jediism. I've heard about it, though. Should have been The Dark Knight Returns. Yeah, I see that. But I don't like, my favorite DC movie is maybe Wonder Woman. But Wonder Woman against the MCU is a mid-card at best. Aquaman would be second. But it's a mid-card at best. Ryan, I would love for people to say, I hope you get EU so you can shove about it. I would love for them to say that. So, yeah, you got to be happy either way, right? Snyder Cut's coming out. You're happy. You don't care what anyone says. It's coming out. Oh, man. The original the Hulk series ending, yeah. Well, it was the movie Death of the Incredible Hulk, which they weren't going to kill him off. He was going to be alive and come back for another movie, but then Bill Bixby really died. But Bill Bixby is great in the Hulk. I mean, it's a fantastic series. You watch it for Bruce Banner, not the Hulk, even though the Hulk's fun to watch. But Bruce Banner, the character, is really good. Bill Bixby's, it's a nod to his great acting. What's Cyrus planet do I not want to live on? I don't know. Mustafar? Maybe. Volcanic? I wouldn't want to do that. Shazam was fun, but here's the thing. Don't watch the trailer. They gave away every funny line except for maybe one in the trailer. And I was like, all the funny lines are, you saw the trailer, you saw the movie in a way. I hate when they do that. Yeah, he was David Banner in the show. You were correct. He wasn't Bruce Banner, David Banner. You're right. You're true. That's true. Wonder Woman wasn't perfect either. The fight at the end was kind of dumb. I agree. I agree with that. Great, Evan. Your stream is over. Outlasted you. I'm kidding. Wasn't. No, I saw your video on Drew Karpyshyn today, Ryan. Yeah, doesn't surprise me in a way. It's sad, but doesn't surprise me. Bill Bixby was a true acting god, Tim. I agree with you. Matt, do you need to learn how to use Discord? No, I just hate Discord. I don't want to do it. Yeah, I know Christopher Barker. I know a lot of people who are Arrowverse fans. I just never got into it, but one of my good buddies loves it. I don't know how he thinks about Batwoman, though. I haven't talked to him about that in a while. And I know she quit. That's kind of weird, though, that she quit, but oh well. No, I really don't like Evan. Who does like Evan? Of course, I love Evan. Come on, get out of here. Oh wait, he's watching. No, I hate Evan. I forgot. I forgot he was watching. All right. I think that's good enough. All right. So 2 hours. Wow. Didn't think to go. That one was never that good. I heard that. Ryan, do you like me? um, but anyway, so thanks, guys. Thanks for being on. It was a lot of fun. I'm going to go to bed. Not going to read any more of this, but so thanks for coming on. And Supergirl isn't that good as well? Yeah, you should try the movie from 1985. Sucks. Stargirl looks promising. I don't know. I just know Titans was a big, and I'm never going to watch season 3. All right, folks. Hey, y'all have a good night. Really, seriously, thank you for watching. This is fun. I just want to do something. My wife and my mother-in-law were watching a movie, but they were done like an hour and a half ago. They were done really quick. But it's been a lot of fun. Thanks for talking to me, guys. Let's do it again sometime. I don't know when, but we'll do it again. Who knows? Have a good night. See you later.